Okay, here's the beginning of something great. We have center of our first circle, and then another little circle there, and then we'll have another little circle there, and this is going to be a new flower bed for my mom because I love her and she loves this shape. You'll find out in a second what it is.
Is this thing on?
Just checking the camera, make sure it's clean.
Nice. I don't know, Justin. There's a bunch of stuff on your face.
Where?
It's all over your face.
What is it, bacon or something?
Yeah, probably. Sick. So what are you doing?
Maybe I'll do the big one first.
You're just gonna go for it? So you have a center radius, whatever, center point. Shake it up, shake it up. Ow, ow.
Measure out 4 feet, okay? We'll mark 4 feet. It's gonna be great.
You ready for this? Do, 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 do. Nice. Whoa, what is it gonna be?
It's a hidden something.
I'm seeing something.
Can you see it?
Okay, let's see here. A hidden Mickey.
All right, so what happened is I laid out what I thought was the design until I thought of some things, I made some changes. So now I'm gonna take this design here that I painted and just change it a little bit. But you'll still see the Mickey through the blocks, but you'll mostly see the nice proportion of Mickey's head with the plantings. So right now I'm going to move the center of the ears down into their proper location based on this new design. So it's not too far off. We're bringing it in about 6 inches. I think it'll look better. Okay, you got it? Nice job. Now I'm going to start cutting out the grass inside the painted shape. I wanted to just leave the grass like Max did in his no-dig border technique, but the grass was not level enough to make it look right. I will leave a link in the description of his easy no-dig border technique because it's pretty awesome. All right, all the grass is cut out. That little pickaxe was nice to do that with. So we've got the basic shape. Now I'm gonna rake it out level and pound it down, get ready for the next step. Okay, we have mostly leveled out. I took this tamper through, packed it down a little bit more, just trying to find where all the unlevel spots are. This is kind of a low spot here, that's a high spot over there, so just trying to keep it level with the overall grass around it. So the next thing I'm going to do is take this edging, unravel it, and make the Mickey shape to where it's about 1 inch or less outside of the block, and then put the concrete on top of that. Alright, so I've been going around the edge with this plastic edging, and about every 4th hole I'm putting in a stake. I'm putting it in loosely so that I can still adjust the height of the edge if I needed to, and then I'll go down and I'll pound them all down equally once I like where they're at. So I've been using these kind of heavy-duty tin snips to cut off the edges of that. A razor blade has worked as well, just a utility knife, just score it on one side and on the other, and that cuts it just fine. I do have a link in the description box below of the plans with the dimensions and all the materials that I'm using for this project, so you can build one as well. Now it's time to pour a dry concrete base for the landscape blocks to sit on. With this technique, you need to use a fast setting concrete mix. So we'll see how many bags it takes. Okay, so the Mickey, you can see it now. We're gonna start on the next layer, the first layer of block. We're gonna do 2 layers of block here, just so it stands out and just looks really good. We were thinking of doing 1, but we have enough block for 2, so we'll see how that turns out. The first layer was carefully placed on top of the leveled concrete. Then with the second layer, I'm overlapping the joints of the first layer and keeping the fronts of the blocks together. There are a couple of places where I needed to split the block in half, and this is an easy way to do that. So we're cutting this in half. We're just measuring right down the middle. And then we're going to take this and we're going to start scoring it on top until it breaks. There we go. Nice clean cut. After all the blocks are in place, I glued them between the 2 layers with a masonry adhesive. Now I'm going to fill in all these spaces between the blocks of the first layer with dry concrete mix, and then we're going to wet everything down. With the water, we are misting it on with the garden hose nozzle so we don't apply the water too fast. I misted on enough water to soak through all the dry concrete. I did poke my finger in a couple of places to check that it was getting enough water. I'm super excited. Once that dries for a little bit, maybe we'll see if we can get some soil in tonight. If not, we'll come back the next day, fill it up, and get some beautiful flowers planting and ready to fill this in. Okay, so I went home. My parents ended up filling up half of it because they were so excited. Didn't get any video of putting that up, but I'm gonna help them fill in the rest. We got about 4 more inches, and then we're gonna start planting. But I think it looks pretty awesome. Check that out. So it's gonna make this neighborhood so happy. So just a reminder, I'm gonna have plans available for this in our shop. You could do the same thing in your yard. So I'm gonna have all the materials I used, all the quantities, all that good stuff, the layout, the dimensions. So make sure you click here to get that link. Just checking the brick, make sure it's set on there nice. Sounds like this one needs a little bit more glue, but it's pretty solid. We picked up some nice garden soil to fill the planter bed with. We used about 2 cubic yards of soil for the entire project. All right, so look how happy he is to have his new home in this yard. Isn't this exciting? Hey, thanks everybody. Who says gardening's not fun? This is fun, huh? Okay, so we've got Mickey in place. He's full of soil, ready to be planted. We went to the local greenhouse. We picked up some beautiful flowers. We're just gonna do 2 colors. We're gonna do a white with a little pink dot in the middle, and then we're gonna do a red. Did we decide red border?
White border.
So we're gonna do a white border with red in the middle. So it should be really pretty when it fills out in about a month or so. we'll take another picture and show you how that looks. Let's get started. Let's get planting. So here are the flowers we bought. These are Titan Polka Dot Vinca. Extra large, vibrant, should last all season, do well in the hot. So we're excited to have this color. On the edges, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna do this color. Well, here's the dark red that we're gonna put in the middle, and we're gonna space it out about 10 to 12 inches. So we have how many plants? We have 4 flat, 36 a piece. So we have over 100 flowers we're gonna plant in here. Okay, we're getting the plants in. We're so close. We almost have all the red ones in, and then we're gonna go through and do the white border. But right now it's all gonna look green until we get all this stuff.
3, actually.
Let it grow and get beautiful. So I want to thank Diamond's Greenhouse for providing these beautiful flowers for this really fun project. Now we just need to wait until the pretty flowers come out. All right, we did it. There he is, planted in the yard. We love it. You can find the plans for this project right here. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on any of our DIY projects, and we will see you in the next video.